Okay, one more topic in this section. So we saw how to use star as an argument. Now we're going to see how to use star star as an argument. And rather than unpacking lists or tuples, which is what a single star did, using two stars will help us unpack dictionaries into keyword arguments. So as always, it helps to take a look at some code. So here's a silly little example. We have a function called display names with two parameters, first and second. And all it does is, I'm actually going to print instead of return just to make this faster. And it will print an F string first says hello to second. So we could call it by doing something like display names and then directly say first equals Charlie, second equals Sue, right? And then I can execute it and I get Charlie says hello to Sue. So that's great, but just like the previous example with unpacking, sometimes you'll have data that's in a list, or in this case, you'll have data that's in a dictionary already, like we have here. First is cold, second is rusty. It's already set up to look like, the name of these parameters. It should fit in nice and easy, but if I just pass this in directly, you can see I have a comment that says nope. If I just pass names in, let's see what we get. We get a problem saying missing one required positional argument, second. So what happens here is that first is assigned to names, or names is assigned to first. So first is the entire dictionary, and then second is non-existent. There's nothing that's been passed in, and that's why we get that error message. So what we do is just, I'll leave this here, commented out. We just add those two stars right in front, and it will essentially unpack this dictionary into separate keyword arguments. So we'll end up with first equals Colt, comma, second equals Rusty as arguments. And what is it called? Display names. So we'll do the exact same thing. Let's try it. Colt says hello to Rusty. So hopefully you can see how this is useful. It works with dictionaries. So a single star will unpack tuples or lists. Two stars will unpack dictionaries into keyword arguments. Lastly, I have one more example. This one is called add and multiply numbers. Takes three parameters and it just returns, and again, I'm going to change that to a print. It's going to print A plus B times C. So if we had a dictionary like this, A equals 1, B is 2, C is 3, as we've already seen, I can't directly pass that in, but if I unpack it, we should get 7. Because A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. Multiplication happens first. 3 times 2, 6 plus A, which is 1, gives us 7. Let's just verify that. We get 7. Okay, so this is using the dictionary unpacking, using two stars. Now let me just show it in conjunction with kwargs. And let's just down here print other stuff. And we'll just print kwargs without the stars, remember? And if we just run this right now, nothing should change except we should see other stuff, and kwargs is an empty dictionary. But if this dictionary that we unpacked had multiple things in it, like, I don't know, D equals 55, comma, name equals Tony, just like that, you now see that we still get 7, ABC works, but then in kwargs, we now have two key value pairs that have been unpacked. And one last thing, if I passed in after this, let's do cat equals blue, and now I run it, we end up with the exact same thing, but now we also have cat is blue inside of our kwargs. So what I'm trying to show you here is that you can do things other than unpacking a dictionary. It's not like this is the only thing that you can pass to a function if you're going to use it. You can pass other arguments afterwards. Okay, so that is dictionary unpacking. So in this section, we saw a lot of things that had to do with parameters and arguments. We saw how to use star args. We saw kwargs or star args. And then we saw how to use star for unpacking of lists and tuples, and then double star for unpacking of dictionaries, which is what we just saw. Cool. So we are done.